And I anticipate the Darkseer rotating. Like, as soon as he has struggle in the lane.
Oh, middle lane. Universe going to TP himself over. The shards will actually push Universe a little bit close towards that tower, but not close enough. He takes damage. So the Invoker will be the first blood. There's no Spirit Siphons, or actually, well, no mana available for it.
Yeah, PPD is going to be there.
But they find a better target. So a smoke move from Dubu as well as Febby.
Oh, this would
They're coming down to bottom lane. But at the same time as Universe TPs to go for the Darkseer, he bags himself outside of the Sprout, and with the Surge, he's back towards the Tier 1 tower. With the Fairy Fire, he'll actually survive, and the support is rotated in. Can they find enough damage onto Fear? Maybe with the Paralyzing Cast, they can have a crack over at Arteezy. It's the extra Iron Shell being thrown out. But okay, yep, they do actually kill Drow Ranger and MP. What a time to rotate on that Invoker. Not only picking up the Drow Ranger, but also the Nature's Prophet. MVP, 2 core kills.
MVP once again.
Here we go. A 3-man snowball in.
3 times.
They can just go in. Oh, this is going to be a solo snowball for in on Drow Ranger. She's got no mana to speak of anyway, and the fact the control's too good. He should die from the fall of the tornado. And this now means that MVP can take their first Tier 1 tower of the game as well. Okay, yeah, they do. They actually have two charges of dust over on PPD. But he'll probably want to be using that for the Ghost Walk. Now, EMP Tornado. Who do you really catch? It's going to be Universe. The shards lock him in nicely. The follow-up Snowball. And the jump in from QO. Caught Fear on the back line. Familiar's making this a little bit harder for him. He's inside the Shadow Dance with the Gust back. QO needs to get himself out of this one. It's a 1-for-1 trade-off so far with a profit for the Tuskar. But with the extra help of Samael, he just wipes through, getting himself a double kill on the back of the Crypt Swarm, killing off that poor little Slark as Dubu into the tree line. He cannot TP himself out. It's currently on cooldown. And again, after a fight, Exorcism can do damage into a tower.
Yeah, this is a really nice setup from EG, and this is exactly what we're talking about. That might prove to be an issue for MVP. Just when you go for the fight like this.
Rev?
Okay,
went for a double, and then the Fissure, the Familiars, again, perfectly positioned here by Fear. PPD's on the chase after MP, but it's the Prophet TP forward from Universe. He's got Sprout available just to ensure that Invoker does not run away. And Evil Geniuses, time and time again, they're catching out MVP, and MVP are willingly letting themselves get caught.
Yeah, it's...
They'll have to see. Here comes that Sigil. It's going to scan out what EG is attempting to do. And that's kill off Roshan. Now, he's pretty damn low already. They need to get themselves in there. QO flings himself forward, chasing up arm for Arteezy. The Fidget Try create some space with the Shadow Dance. QO can keep fighting, but the Witch Doctor Death Ward doesn't really do enough. Now for Rev with a great zoning wall. EG will have a hard time fighting here inside the river, but then again, they're still underneath that Ollie of Samal. They need to kill him off, and they've done so. Arteezy also very, very low on life. He was locked in by Universe's own Sprout. It looked like it was actually isolating out the Tuskar at the same time. That a perfect Fissure. These Familiars, they have been picked off because Dubu's died on too quickly, and Fear just re-summons the Echo Slam, helping with the extra damage. It's still a 2-for-2 trade-off. MP versus Universe, but Universe currently with a better advantage ground. He'll have his Sprout up in 1 second time. Can he actually lock MP in? He's a little bit too far away with a call snap, but MP turn. It means he now comes in range with the Familiars following. The perfect drop down. Does QO get it too? Yes, he will. He finds that kill over a solo one on the Drow Ranger. But still, Fear is having so much success in these fights. His Aghanims is now done.
The wraparound.
Did he actually... It feels like he just baited them in by showing that he went in, and now Death Prophet, Exorcism gonna trigger, is off cooldown again, but MVP, they've managed to basically loop themselves around the back. PPD is the isolated one, but in comes QO once again. Roshan solo is almost at the EMP in a really great position. PPD is gonna be out of mana, and the Death Wall from Dubu in a great position. It'll be almost a full duration out for him, hitting everyone from EG, but it's still a 1-for-1 trade-off. And Dubu needs to get himself away from Samael. Very difficult to do. His Paralyzing Cast will come back off cooldown now, but if he turns for this one, yeah, he was dead anyway. He'll create space for the rest of his team. Speaking of which, Rev wasn't even there. The mech carrier never even joined the fight. It's like up again. The Tier 2 tower is not dying fast enough, so they are already TPing themselves back. MVP. EMP Tornado, just going to be the Tornado for now. Chips down low of the wave. Fabi's still got his shards available too, and they'll take care of most of the rest of the wave that's there.
Yeah, without the glyph available, this makes it really hard for MVP to hold.
There's the Exorcism QO. He's straight in again for Rev. Getting stunned up, gusted as well. The EMP will burn Drow Ranger dry. Remember, you've still got the Aegis Immortal on Arteezy. And they start hitting into the base. Double vac wall does nice. QO again. He really wants that Drow Ranger with the Shadow Dance. It's not going to be enough. The Familiar drop downs. 2 of them are able to connect, and then PPD with that Fissure. How to find him too, but Samael not in the greatest position of all, but the Tuskar, I don't think he really wanted to willingly snowball himself in this one, but Febby way too deep. EG just backed up when they saw the snowball coming, and now they can just reinsert into the top lane. And EMP Tornado, MP is really stalling this game up as much as he possibly can. Duo again potentially caught out. Spirit Siphon and Silence, he can't just pounce himself away. The Vac and now paralyzing Cask means Samal is in a little bit too deep himself, and then just keeps bouncing onto him. EG having a hard time getting out of this one. QO forward and then bounces back, but PPD in with the Echo Slam. He needs more follow-up damage. In the end of the day, it looked good, it looked flashy, but it achieved very, very little.
At the very least, it bought them enough time to go for that range.
But there's 2 Mystic Staffs that were also just purchased. One to finish up that Octarine core on the Death Prophet, and the other one's headed over to Fear. Fear, has the Aghanim Scepter. Previously, he went for the Shiva's Guard as his next major item. But they're coming to fight him. As, looks like already the Drow Ranger picked off by QO. Silenced again. This pounce, like he just goes to the Shadow Dance, pounces forward onto PPD. He's still going to get stunned up, but now with the Death Walk, the paralyzing cast, EG either PPD will drop. You do lose the Witch Doctor, but it's a 2-for-1 trade-off here, MVP, and it looks like they're going to get the rest of their calls out safely.
Yeah, you had to commit the exorcism to his EG. For BKB, it's almost going to require Hex.
Is Heavy going to break the smoke? He actually breaks the smoke. To their detection, they have Dust available, but Febby TP's out in the tree line. They see it. The Fissure, he's on the other side. Currently silenced. He's got Snowball available, but with Crypt Swarm, they do catch him out.
That was a little bit too far.
You know, the really sad thing is, too, if that Courier didn't get sniped, he would have had his Blink Dagger and would have been able to escape from that.
Yeah.
Now there's more trouble for Dubu. They're going to worry about the warning. Like, they're being watched too closely. Dubu, Malediction over on Universe with the paralyzing cast. He doesn't get a long duration off on that Death Wall, but Universe still dropping fairly decently. Kuro would love to have a crack at this, but his Blink's on cooldown.
And they go for the smoke because they know they're in the jungle.
Well, they're going to find someone. It's going to be Dubu. The familiar smoke breaks first. He kites himself around the top of the tree line, so they don't perfectly get the initiation off. Now PPD. The Observer Water's down, so they did see Dubu run to the west side. For Rev, did they actually catch Universe out of position? Not with that Sprout, actually pushing QO away. Giving them some room to move. Kuro wants to go in again, jumping forward with that BKB. This time it's a guaranteed kill over on PPD. He moves to Arteezy as well. There's no leash for another 2 seconds. He's got the pounce and up in a moment, and there it is. Jumping on top of Arteezy. Take away that bonus as well as the Aegis Immortal, but the Exorcism is up and doing some serious work here for Samel. He'll have the buyback coming in from the Darks here. Febby with a snowball. The TP out. He'll have the time. Familiars won't get the stuns off, and Kuro back into the engagement. You've got the Deafening Blast pushing back Fear in the back into a big wall, catching up 4 players from EG. You've still got some mail doing too much damage. They'll isolate him on the side. Thanks to that ice wall, actually does absolutely nothing. He's on the back of a haste rune. Finally, they'll send him up into the air and bring him down, and QO wants to fight him. The Exorcism was about to wear off a QO. He finds the kill, but on bottom lane, Universe doing radish kind of things. He's going up the range racks only. They will not get the melee out of this. D2 quick on the blink, though. A Dire Observer Ward is allowing QO to know exactly what he is up against. And now, well, he jumps forward. He also buys a little bit of space, but Sunstrike right on top of PPD. QO again, and he really doesn't care about this BKB timing. He just keeps going, pounces, gets the leash. He found the Drow Ranger. The Gun's pushing it back. Shadow Dance will allow QO to just run himself away. And Samel does not want to chase too far. In fact, now, because you know it, they just want to jump out to reinitiate. Samel out too far, and Febby's going to help punish him. The snowball forward goes into buying the space, but another back wall from Forever, catching out two. Fear included. They have to get out here, MVP, because Universe are coming in. And do they have enough protection? Forever's doing everything he possibly can. The Shards actually pushing QO outside of the Sprout. Now the Death Ward. Dubu will be stopped, but the paralyzing cast did so much work. Now Samel hits the deck. Who's going to go down? Still not Febby, so not hardly anyone for MVP. They're actually surviving. Samel will also find that kill. They finally bring down the Darkseer. It felt like they had to work so damn hard for that one. Dubu's TP up will be successful as well.
Or MVP playing from behind. Somebody has to go deal with the top lane, meaning if EG kind of focus on this bottom lane, that they're always going to have the advantage in numbers.
This is a nice way for QO to do it. The BKB meaning the Gus doesn't push him back. And that is no RTZ for a full minute. Keep your eyes on that bottom lane as well. The Dire Observer from MVP. They knew exactly where PPD in Universe was. He'll go for the Sprout, but he's still perfectly visible. They'll flip him like a pancake. And EG will lose 3 heroes in very quick concession. PPD's pretty well hidden in the tree line. This time they don't have the Dire Observer Ward just sitting on the hillside, but QO, well, they find a target. The pounds will be a little bit off. They're going after Fear. Samel's been able with that paralyzing cast, isolating these two heroes. PvD with a fissure at least keeps Dubu out. You won't be able to find that kill. QO is the first one to spill the blood, and again, this Darkseer backwall causing chaos, and Universe barely escapes. The snowball is still forward, and now the Death Prophet, they will test and see if they can get through him. That bloody Ghost Scepter with a Yule Scepter right behind it. They just can't deal the damage, but QO now he can. A double kill for him, bringing down the big one, bringing down Samel. That's a big killing spree to be ended.
You know, can't really turn this into anything. They want to be able to go for towers, and they should be able to pick up PPD here, but there's no external objectives that I feel like they can go for in time.
Oh, MP. There it is, as you said. Cold Snap, EMP, shot to fly out, PPD, chance of survival, absolutely none. Slark will actually find that pick off himself. That's now 10 kills for QO. EG, they're stalling up, like they're smoked up, but they must not be 100% certain what's going on. Roshan still ticking down, now below 1,000. So QO, he'll find his kill the back. Wall catches out two. PPD looking for Dubu with a 4-star back. QO, he's trying to get rid of PPD with the Echo Slam going off. Dubu's going to fight him on the back corner, so PPD, he'll trigger out from the malediction. Meanwhile, Universe, he's got himself a double kill. They're back in the mid lane as well. These bloody familiars, they're pushing onto the melee racks. MVP has to clean house. The Darkseer will buy back into the game. Rev's not even there. Rev's back in the middle lane, adding more pressure while QO is just doing this solo. He's like baiting out any kind of ability he possibly can. I'm wondering if he's even trying to bait out PPD's Echo.
I think what's really happening right now is they're just going for the slow siege.
Oh, really? Great catch. They caught Arteezy on the sidelines. QO's there. He bounced back in. The stun strike again from MP. The perfect position. QO just wants the tower. He's still got the Aegis model. Rev caught in the back lines by Fear, but then again, Fear doesn't have enough damage to really kill off Rev. They're force-staffing out here, MVP. The shards to block the ramp. EG, they cannot chase.
QO's just going to wait out the silence, look for the re-engage as the Ghosts, once they clear, they're in such a rough position. I think they can profit.
In he comes. Exorcism still got like another 5 to 10 seconds or so. The shards again blocking the ramp. EG, they're separated. 2 heroes and 3. The Death Prophet, now the Exorcism, it is gone. It will wear out. There's no more damage from a QO. Needs that space to try and regenerate himself up away from the rest of EG. Able to do so, and there's the pounce. They found Arteezy again on the back of the leash. Arteezy will be controlled. There's no Abyssal Blade charge. Remember the Aegis, the Immortal QO wants to commit, and with the snowball, they're able to do so. Fear with a fresh resummon. They'll flip him again. With that Walrus punch, and Fear will go down. The Familiar's trying to make as much space as possible, but EG, they've lost so many players, but again, Universe threatening the top lane. Who from MVP has to come back and deal this one? It looks like it'll be MP. The Invoker will be the defense man. The buyback comes out from the Visage, but that melee ranks on bottom lane, it will be forfeit. And this actually 54 minutes in. You've lost so many lanes of racks, but it's the first melee one to drop. Aegis is gone from QO. He has to be very defensive now. Get the hell out there and repair your base. The Monkey King bar, so that Solar Crest of Fear is no longer going to stop QO from inflicting damage. He just keeps going and going. Why not? When you've got easy regeneration outside the vision of EG, they drop down the meatball over on top of Samel, and the Echo Slam out from PPD, catching 3. The snowball is there for a quick protection of PPD. Ghost Center will protect him for the moment. Samel, he triggers off the Exorcism, but he's already fairly low, and QO with it back! They've got him! 2 heroes down! This could be it right now. Again, they're in. The buyback will come out from Samel. Universe is on the front lines. He's down as well. The Monkey King bar, he'll fly out at the moment for Rev. Well, they're all just backing up again. MVP, they haven't lost anyone. And look at QO's regeneration rate. He's ready to go again.
They've got the buyback available, but MVP, they smell blood. They're immediately going to go for this. With no glyph available, look how quickly QO just cuts through that. All it would take is one initiation.
The 3-man back into a huge snowball. Stun, there it is! MVP! They are going to see if they can bring down the Death Prophet as well. MP's there, doing as much damage. Samel will dodge it. Universe is actually doing a lot of revenge damage into that Darkseer. Dubu, the protection's out, but Forever and Febby have already been lost. Dubu as well. Universe pumping out crap ton of damage by QO. He's back into the fight, and Universe life is now forfeit, as well as his mid-racks. What can really even be traded off right now? The Death Prophet's alive, but there's no Exorcism. The bottom lane's been held at bay, so is the top lane. Alive, even with like an extra Lotus Fall flying in at the moment. Like any kind of stuns you do get can instantly be like taken off by Forever himself. He is the ultimate support right now on their PPD. He just goes on QO, the BKB. It gets off in time. He initiates. He finds that. Easy. Man, he gets mobbed with a double kill. This could be the game right now. Perez back to the front lines. They need Samel to do some serious lifting right now, but a back wall again from Perez. Too good. Bebby's all over him, and that will be the death of the Death Prophet. Even with the Yules up, he's actually got Ghost Scepter as well. MP taking a lot of damage from this. Universe locked inside this ice wall. Bebby back in, and now QO also re-engages. It's going to be a team wipe. MVP, they have managed to do it and take game one in this grand final against Evil Geniuses. It's a full best of 5, so it's definitely not over yet, Blitz.
I cannot believe that MVP won this game. They were so patient, which kind of broke our confidence, but they come swinging and